Good morning, everyone. We are going today to talk about the carbon dioxide gas. The carbon dioxide is a gas which is present in the air. The symbol of carbon dioxide is CO2. Why CO2? Because each molecule of the carbon dioxide consists of one carbon atom, so it is written as a capital C. Dioxide, di means in the Latin two, and oxide, we said that the oxygen, when it reacts with any element, it forms oxide. So when it reacts with carbon, it is going to be oxide. So we have two atoms of the oxygen, so it is going to be CO and 2, it is written down. So the chemical formula of the carbon dioxide is CO2. The amount of carbon dioxide in the air is 0.03%, which is a very small amount, though it is a very important. Why? Because the plants need this carbon dioxide to make photosynthesis. The photosynthesis is a way by which the plant makes its own food, by taking the carbon dioxide from the air, water from the soil, in the presence of the sunlight. It is going to make its own food, and in return it is going to give us oxygen. That's why the amount of oxygen never gets finished. So if there is no carbon dioxide, the plants will not be able to live, because they are not going to make their own food, and the animals will not find nothing to eat, so they are going to die, and we cannot be able to live without animals or plants. And also the amount of oxygen in the air is going to decrease. Type. We said that it is a very small amount. But what will happen if this amount is going to increase? There is going to be two big problems if the amount of carbon dioxide in the air is going to increase. Number one, suffocation of living organisms. The word suffocation means that the man or the human are not going to be able to breathe. Why? Because if you are going to breathe carbon dioxide, this is a very dangerous. This will result in that you are going to be unconscious and you are going to faint and die. Long ago there was a story about 4 persons that went in an elevator and it stopped suddenly. They kept screaming and shouting for help, but unfortunately no one came. So they were stuck in a small place with no ventilation, no way for the oxygen or for the air to go out or in. So they kept breathing or in the elevator until all the oxygen got finished, and they will start to breathe carbon dioxide. They got unconscious, they fainted, and they died. So the increase in the amount of carbon dioxide is very dangerous. It leads into suffocation of living organisms. Suffocation means the man gets suffocated if he breathes carbon dioxide. It is called silent killer. What do I mean by silent killer? It means that it can kill me silently. Why silently? Because we cannot see it, and it has no taste and it has no smell, though it can kill me. It is called silent killer. Okay, it is called silent killer. Okay, this is a give reason because we cannot see it, taste it, or smell it. Breathing in closed places with no or bad ventilation leads to gradual decrease in the oxygen and increase in carbon dioxide. Quickly, everyone gets suffocated and loses consciousness and then die. The second problem from the increase of the carbon dioxide is the global warming. What is the global warming? Due to the rise in the amount of carbon dioxide, from where does this carbon dioxide comes from? From the burning. A lot of burning results in the increase in the amount of carbon dioxide. Burning of what? Farmers, they get the remains of the wheat and the rice and they put it in mountains and they start burning it. This results in a lot of smoke. This smoke have carbon dioxide. Where it is going to go? It is going to go up. This pollution is going to go up in the sky. Also, the smoke coming out from the factories and from the cars, all the smoke containing carbon dioxide is going to rise up. it was going to form, do what? It's going to form a layer around the earth. This is the earth, so this carbon dioxide is going to form a layer surrounding the earth. What does this layer do? It allows the heat of the sun to enter the earth, but it doesn't allow it to go out. But it is going only to allow the heat of the sun to enter, but it doesn't allow it to go out. So it is going to trap the heat of the earth inside the heat of the sun inside the earth. This is going to result in rising in the earth temperature. It is going to result in rising in the earth temperature and changing its climate, the weather. Okay, طيب. What is the earth? We have ice. So if the temperature of the earth is going to rise up than the normal, this ice is going to start to melt, resulting in raising the level of the water in the seas and oceans and the rivers, and it is going to result in floods. So this is very dangerous. So the increase in the amount of carbon dioxide is going to result in global warming and suffocation of living organisms. From where does the carbon dioxide comes from, or what are the resources of carbon dioxide? The word resources means from where do I get carbon dioxide? Naturally, we get carbon dioxide from two places. Number one, the combustion of organic materials. What do I mean organic materials? Organic means anything coming from plants like the wood, coal, oil, gasoline, and tobacco. The burning of anything of these results in the increase in the results in the carbon dioxide. So number one, for the resources of carbon dioxide, the combustion of organic material. Number two is from the respiration. I have two resources for the carbon dioxide. Number one, the respiration, and from the combustion of organic material. The increase in the percentage of carbon dioxide, from where does it come? It comes from the pollution. Pollution of what? Burning of massive means large amount of fuel in industrial plants or in the factories, means of transportation engines. In the factories, I'm going to use the fuel to make the machine work. Okay, this results in burning of this fuel or in large amount is going to result in increase in the amount of carbon dioxide. Also, the means of transportation, the aeroplanes, the trains, the buses, the cars, all this results in smoke coming out of them, resulting in increase in the carbon dioxide. And also the removal of forests. If I'm going to remove forests, the plants will not take photosynthesis, so its amount is going to increase. But I have two resources, and I have for the carbon dioxide, and I have two reasons the percentage of carbon dioxide is coming from the air, increasing in the air. The resources is the combustion of organic material and respiration. These are the resources: combustion of organic material and respiration. The increase in the amount of carbon dioxide results from what? Results from burning massive amount of fuel and means of transportation engines and removal of forests. Take care, there is a difference between and means of transportation engines and removal of forests. Take care, there is a difference between the resources and from where does the increase in the carbon dioxide comes from. If I want to test for carbon dioxide gas, if I want to know if this gas is carbon dioxide or no, what shall I use? I shall use something called lime water. Lime water, it is a chemical that is prepared from in the lab. How do I prepare it? I get some amount of calcium hydroxide, and I'm going to dissolve it in water. It is going to give me clear lime water. Why especially I use clear lime water in testing for the carbon dioxide? Because the carbon dioxide turns the clear lime water milky. Its color is clear as the water. If the carbon dioxide passes through it, it is going to change to milky or turbid. Why does it change to turbid? Because the calcium hydroxide is going to react with the carbon dioxide, forming something called calcium carbonate, which is insoluble in water. This is a white powder. Insoluble means it doesn't dissolve in the water. So again, if I want to test for carbon dioxide gas, I will get a tube. I will put in it calcium hydroxide. I dissolve it in water. It is going to be clear lime water. Then I'm going to breathe out, or I'm going to blow out in this test tube. When I blow out, carbon dioxide gas comes out from my mouth. Okay, it is going to pass in the lime water, changing the calcium hydroxide into calcium carbonate, which is white precipitated. يعني ايه precipitated? Precipitated means it is a white powder that doesn't dissolve in the water. White powder doesn't dissolve in the water. So carbon dioxide plus clear lime water, it will give me calcium carbonate. How do we prepare the clear lime water? From calcium hydroxide and water. Okay, this is a give reason question. We use lime water to detect the presence of carbon dioxide because lime water turns turbid or milky when carbon dioxide gas passes through it. Okay, activity page 37, to detect carbon dioxide during plants respiration is cancelled, and also the activity of to detect carbon dioxide during a burning candle is also cancelled. So page 37, last part of it, and page 38, all of it is cancelled. Okay, then we are going to turn to page 39, and we are going to talk about the preparation of carbon dioxide in the lab. How do I prepare carbon dioxide in the lab? First, carbon dioxide is present naturally in the air, but sometimes I need to prepare it in the lab for some uses that we are going to talk about it later. How do I prepare carbon dioxide? I will add dilute hydrochloric acid. It is a chemical which is present in the lab. What is the meaning of dilute? Dilute means that I add water to the hydrochloric acid. For example, if I want to make some lemon juice, I will get some lemon and I'm going to squeeze them in the cup and I'm going to drink it. This is called concentrated lemon. Why concentrated? Because I didn't add any water to it. If I'm going to drink it, I will find it sour, so I will add water. When I add water to the lemon, it is called diluted lemon. Diluted means that I add water. So here I'm going to add water to the hydrochloric acid. It's going to be dilute hydrochloric acid. It is a liquid. I'm going to pour it from here. Here is a tap. I'm going to open the tap. It is going to be dropped over something called calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate, which is powder or solid. It is going to react with the dilute hydrochloric acid and carbon dioxide gas is going to be formed. This carbon dioxide is going to move in this thin tube until it reaches this cylinder. Is this cylinder empty? No, it is not empty. What does it have? It has air inside. It has air inside it. The carbon dioxide gas is just like the oxygen. It is heavier than the air. So it is going to push the air up to take its place. It is going to push the air up and take its place until all the air is going to be out of this cylinder and it will be completely filled with carbon dioxide. Push the air up. What do we call this? We call it upward displacement of air. Upward displacement of air. Upward displacement of air. Why upward displacement of air? Because it pushes the air up and takes its place. So it is called upward displacement of air. Notice that when we used to prepare the oxygen, it was collected by downward displacement of water. Downward displacement of water. طيب, why didn't I put water here just as the oxygen? Because we said that we collect the oxygen by downward displacement of water, because the oxygen hardly dissolves in the water, so it used to push the water down and takes its place. What about the carbon dioxide? The carbon dioxide easily dissolves in the water. It easily dissolves in the water. So if I'm going to put water in the cylinder, I will not be able to collect the carbon dioxide because it is going to dissolve in the water. That's why I collect the carbon dioxide by upward displacement of the air. Now I have this tube is completely filled with carbon dioxide. I will go and test it to check that this gas inside is carbon dioxide gas. What shall I do? I'm going to get the cylinder and I'm going to put it over a lighted candle. I will notice that the lighted candle is going to extinguishes or puts off. Why? Because the carbon dioxide is a gas that doesn't burn. يعني if I'm going to put it alone, it will not burn, and it doesn't help in burning. We used to say that the oxygen helps in the burning. So if I'm going to light a candle, the oxygen will keep this candle to be kept lighted. Type, what about the carbon dioxide? It doesn't help in burning. So the candle is going to put off. So turn a cylinder over filled with carbon dioxide upside down over the lighted candle. The lighted candle extinguishes or puts off. So carbon dioxide doesn't burn and does not help in burning. It is the opposite of the oxygen. The oxygen doesn't burn but helps in burning. Carbon dioxide doesn't burn and doesn't help in burning. Type, another thing which is very important, I'm going to get this tube filled with carbon dioxide and I'm going to put a lighted magnesium ribbon in the cylinder. A lighted magnesium ribbon. When we used to put the lighted magnesium ribbon in the oxygen, we're going to burn it in the presence of oxygen, it formed magnesium oxide. Magnesium ribbon. We said before that the oxygen is a very, very active gas, okay? So it likes reacting with other elements. So once it is going to see the magnesium, it is going to leave the carbon and it is going to go and react with the magnesium. We said that the oxygen, when it reacts with anything, it forms what? It forms oxide. So it is going to give me here magnesium oxide. And we said before that the color of this magnesium oxide is white. Okay, type. What about the carbon? It is going to be left alone. So it is going to deposit, يعني it is going to be formed over the walls of the test tube here. Okay, and its color is black. يبقى black carbon is formed over the walls of the test tube. يبقى I have in this reaction two colors, white color and black color. It is called white and black reaction. White color coming from the magnesium oxide and black color from the carbon. Again, carbon dioxide is I'm going to burn magnesium ribbon in the presence of carbon dioxide. The magnesium is going to react with the oxygen, forming magnesium oxide. Type, what about the carbon? It is going to be left alone. So it is going to deposit over the walls of the test tube, forming black carbon or black color resulting from the carbon. Okay, so here, if the magnesium ribbon keeps burning and it turns to magnesium oxide, which is white color, and the carbon or the coal deposit on the wall of the cylinder. Properties of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is colorless and odorless. Colorless means it has no color. Odorless means it have no odor. It has no odor. Okay, so it is colorless and odorless. Number two, carbon dioxide is heavier than the air. just as the oxygen. We said that the oxygen is heavier than the air. طيب, why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the carbon dioxide to be heavier than the air? So that the plants can easily take the carbon dioxide from the air and make the photosynthesis. If the carbon dioxide gas was lighter than the air, it will rise up in the air and the plants will not be able to take it. As we said in the oxygen, we also said that the oxygen is heavier than the air, so that it will always be surrounding us so that we can easily breathe. Imagine كده ان الاكسجين is lighter than the air, just like the helium. يبقى it will rise up. يبقى I need to jump out ولا take an airplane every time I need to breathe? No. But that's why the carbon dioxide and the oxygen, they are heavier than the air. That's why it is collected by displacing the air upward. Okay, that's why it pushes the air up and takes its place. This is a give reason question, and the answer is at the beginning because it is heavier than the air. Give reason. Carbon dioxide is collected by displacing the air upward because it is heavier than the air. Next, carbon dioxide easily dissolves in the water. We said that the oxygen hardly dissolves in the water. Carbon dioxide is the opposite. It is easily dissolved in the water. That's why I cannot collect it by displacing the water, just as the oxygen. Okay? So this is another give reason. Carbon dioxide is not collected by displacing the air upward. The answer is going to be at the beginning because carbon dioxide easily dissolves in the water. Number 4, carbon dioxide doesn't burn and doesn't help in burning, so we use it in extinguishing fires. What is the meaning of extinguishing fires? To put off the fires. This red thing that we find everywhere is filled with carbon dioxide, so that if there is any fire, I will put it off with the help of carbon dioxide. But I use it in extinguishing fires. Extinguishing means putting off the fires. The last property, we just said it before, in the presence of carbon dioxide, the magnesium ribbon keeps burning and turns into magnesium oxide, which is white, and the carbon is going to deposit to be collected on the wall of the cylinder, and we said the color of the coal or dry ice. I can make dry ice without means that I want to make ice, but I will not put my thing in the freezer. How can I make this? We have 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, and gases. We said that the molecules of the solid, they are very close to each other. Type, what about the molecules of liquid? They are away from each other. Type, what about the gases? They are very, very far from each other. Type, if I'm going to get some molecules of the gas, or I'm going to get a gas and I'm going to put it under pressure. What do I mean by under pressure? Yani I'm going to put it by a machine, very big amount in a very small bottle, for example. What will happen? This means that I am forcing the molecules to be close to each other. Okay? So I will keep pressing on more and more on the molecules, putting more amount of gas in the bottle. So what will happen? More molecules is going to be close to each other and close to each other until they are going to change to liquid, because we said that the molecules of liquid are away, but molecules of gases are far. When I force them to be close, they will become liquid. Type, when I force them to be close and close and close, they will become solid. Okay, just like what? Just like the the sprays that you use, for example, the deodorants, Dove or Rexona or whatever. If you are going to shake it, you are going to feel that there is a liquid inside. But if you are going to press on it, a gas is going to come out. What happens? It is what's present inside it. It is a gas, okay, but it is put under pressure, okay. This pressure is going to force the molecule to be in a liquid form. So that's why when you shake it, you feel that there is a liquid inside. Type, if you are going to press on it, you are going to release the molecules in the air, so they are going to go to their normal state. So they are going to change to gaseous state again. So I use the carbon dioxide in refrigeration to make dry ice. Number 2, I use it in fire extinguishing, because it doesn't burn and it doesn't help in burning. Number 3, I used to make it in soft drinks. What do I mean soft drinks? Like the Pepsi, the Fanta, the Sprite, this thing that you drink, it contains carbon dioxide gas. That's why when you open it, you feel that there is a gas coming out. This gas is the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so it is used in the manufacture of soda water. Number 4, it is used in the yeast to make bread. Okay, when your mom is baking, just like what? Just like the, you know, the sprays that you use, for example, the deodorants, Dove or Rexona or whatever. If you are going to shake it, you are going to feel that there is a liquid inside. But if you are going to press on it, a gas is going to come out. What happens? It is what's present inside it. It is a gas, okay? But it is put under pressure, okay? This pressure is going to force the molecule to be in a liquid form. So that's why when you shake it, you feel that there is a liquid inside. Type, if you are going to press on it, you are going to release the molecules in the air, so they are going to go to their normal state. So they are going to change to gaseous state again. So I use the carbon dioxide in refrigeration to make dry ice. Number 2, I use it in fire extinguishing, because it doesn't burn and it doesn't help in burning. Number 3, I use to make it in soft drinks. What do I mean soft drinks? Like the Pepsi, the Fanta, the Sprite, this thing that you drink, it contains carbon dioxide gas. That's why when you open it, you feel that there is a gas coming out. This gas is the carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so it is used in the manufacture of soda water. Number 4, it is used in the yeast to make bread. Okay, when your mom is baking any, for example, pizza or bread, she usually adds yeast to the dough. Why is she adding yeast? Because this yeast produces carbon dioxide gas. This carbon dioxide is going to expand. Expand, we said, mean the expand, get bigger when I heat it. Okay, so it is going to expand and expand, making the dough rises up. Okay, and this is going to make the bread porous. Porous means it has holes in it. That's why the pizza or the cake, you can see that there is tiny holes inside it because of the carbon dioxide gas was in it. Okay, and it makes it more tasty. So it is used in making the bread, because when we add the yeast, it produces carbon dioxide gas, which expands by heating, making the bread porous and tasty. Number 5, the last and the most important thing, it takes part in the photosynthesis process in the green plant, leading to the production of food and oxygen. Like this, we have finished the carbon dioxide gas. I hope that you understand all of it. Thank you very much.